Plunge right in. Hi, we've got Bob Roberts coming to us now. He is in his office there in Keller, Texas. Bob, since you gave this talk at our conference, what's changed since you gave that talk?
Everything has changed that just backs it up in the last 5 years. The Arab Spring, the global financial crisis, the connectivity of Twitter and social media and how that's driving change all over the world. The reassertion of Russia as a pastor. Not as a pastor, the reassertion of Russia into global affairs. So the whole thing has just continued to connect, to change, and to create phenomenal opportunities for followers of Jesus to make a massive difference in the world and in their cities at home.
Now, Bob, I know you and Northwoods Church have done many things to respond to some of these themes, including some of the conferences that you've had there at Northwoods. What practical things have you done, and how would you suggest others respond to some of these changes?
We've started doing things at our church where we'll have big meals for Jews and Muslims and Buddhists and Hindus to come. We find out what their dietary needs are, and so we literally start cooking clubs out of that. We do different things. We did a pilgrimage where the largest mosque and the largest synagogue in our church came together, and we visited the 3 different things. We've done 2 global faith forums. So we've connected deeply with people of other faiths. In addition, we've come up with training on how do you work in the city, through the domains, through the society. How do you go in and serve the city, not doing something to the city, but with the city. A lot of Christians wind up doing missional things, and it's basically projects. And we don't mean to, but sometimes it comes across as a little colonial. Here we come, the Christians, look at us, we're going to fix you up. And sometimes that can be viewed as a little arrogant, whereas if we work beside them and with them, it's a game changer. So those are some of the things that we do. I would say also the way we're making disciples, we're a whole lot more intentional in that today, in releasing people. How do you use your job to engage the city? So more and more, our engagement has moved from, I would say in the early days of let's find the needs of the city and figure out what we're going to do, to tell me what's your job. How can we help you use that job and release you in your own domain into the city? So it's more viral and spread out versus one big project we all come around. Those would be 2 big ways.
Now, what are some, we're going to listen to your talk in just a second, but what are some practical encouragements that you would have for pastors and other leaders on how they could just get started?
Keep it going. Don't stop. Keep engaging your city. Keep engaging the world. This stuff is finally catching up. So some practical things you can do: inventory your church. One Sunday morning, just have them fill out a little card. My job is this. And then have a meeting for all the school teachers who teach special ed and say, hey guys, what are the needs in our city for special ed? What do you guys do? How can y'all fulfill that? Or you can do it with, we do microfinance around the world. We have people who do it right here in the inner city of Dallas-Fort Worth. We're going to come together, your businessmen, your microfinance people, y'all are going to focus on helping people go into business that have never gone into business before. The sky's the limit.
Great. Hey, I know you got a new book out, fairly new, called Bold as Love, and you got a copy handy?
This is a profound, powerful book, Dave. It will change your life. It talks about how to relate to people of other faiths. I even dedicated it to Prince Turki Al Faisal of Saudi Arabia, and it looks like they're going to translate it into Arabic. I'm ecstatic about that. And I just got back from the part of the world where they speak Urdu, and they want to translate it as well. These are Muslims who want to translate this book. But here's the thing. We just got to be friends. People are ready.
Amen. Well, thanks, Bob. Thanks, Bob, for teaching us 5 years ago and updating your talk here today. Now let's listen to Bob Roberts from Northwoods Church in Keller, Texas.